Excuse me, I lost my voice there for a minute. Welcome back. If you are new, welcome for the first time. This is Bobby at the Paper Jungle, and I have the next 3 items for you in my challenge to self. This is number 6, 7, and 8. So we'll start with number 6. These have been so much fun. This is just a little wallet folio. I wanted a way to send more or less ephemeral or die cuts to a friend that likes to make cards and small projects, and I thought this would be a way to send things to them that they could incorporate in their projects. So in this one I have just included some flowers that I made. These remind me of Mary Englebright, if you're familiar with her. She's a graphic artist, just does beautiful work. Has lots of books on the market, and then here's a smaller one. Then I made a couple bows with some little ephemera in the center, and I added some enamel dots and some little pieces of holly leaves. Then this, I showed you these little rounds in a haul I did a while back. I just found them locally. They were so cute, and they have Merry Christmas wood burned into them, and I just tied a bow on it. And then all of these are ephemera and die cuts from the collection, and I didn't back them with anything. They're pretty on the back as they are. A lot of really neat pieces in this collection. This one is the Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge by Simple Stories, and then I have just a couple of photo mats back in here. But I wanted to include the ephemera so that she could use them on her projects. So everything that was left in the collection I inserted in here, and I've still got plenty of room to put more things in here. It's just such a pretty collection. So there's that. I'll put all this stuff back in here in the middle bows, and there's plenty of room to add more things to it. I just don't want them to hang over the edge and get crumpled up. So these just fold in, and this folds down and ties shut. And then on the front I just added one of the stickers. It says Holiday Greetings, and I used a couple of the tickets and a poinsettia from the small poinsettia by Heartfelt Creations. And just be sure you check Tammy's store. She carries a lot of the Heartfelt Creations, and she did have these at one time. I'm not sure if she still has them in stock or not. But that is number 6. Here's number 7. And this was just a scrap and offcut from when I made the envelope tutorial. So I used one of the die cuts and a magnet, and it opens like this. So easy. And it has a little pocket down here, and I just have one of the die cut or cut aparts in there. And then this just accordion out for all kinds of photo opportunities in here. It's just so cute. And I just used a repositionable glue stick to put a photo mat on the first one, just so that they would know what the intention was with it. But I thought that was so cute. It's an itty bitty guy. And then the third one is an expandable folder. Has a magnet in it as well. And it opens like this. And then I have 5 little folders in here, and I just put little tabs on them. I don't have it completely full yet, but I've got some of the die cuts in it, and it'll hold the flowers and the bows and all of that. But so far all I have in it are the die cuts that remain unused, but I just have a tiny bit of scraps left from this one. And there's the back side of that one. I didn't show you the back of the others, did I? There's the back of the little accordion, and there's the back of that one. This paper is beautiful. And these 2 are made with G45. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So that's number 6, 7, and 8. Number 9 is next, and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So I will be back with you shortly. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Hello and welcome. Number 6 and number 7 are going to be today. These are both similar projects, but one is a little bit bigger than the other one. I want a way to send embellishments to someone for Christmas that they can use on their cards or scrapbooks. So what I have here is a piece that is 5 by 11. Now this is the 8.5 by 11 cardstock, artisan black cardstock from Countrycraft Creations, and I'm just using the full length, 5 inches wide, and then I have scored it at 2 5/8, 7 1/4, and 7 7/8. And this is going to make a little folder, and I will show you. Let me get my little burnishing tool out here. I tried to ink my papers and get them ready, just to save time. So I want to burnish these folds. But this is kind of like a matchbook style, except it's going to be where your embellishments won't fall out and you can put them in the mail. My objective with all these little small projects was something that is easy and inexpensive to put in the mail. Because all of us, I imagine all of us, or a lot of us anyway, have family and friends that we don't really get to see in person on the holidays. So it's nice to be able to mail them something, but boy, the cost of postage is unreal these days. So what I want to do is put and I'm using the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge for this little pocket thingy. And I want to punch a hole for my little eyelet and thing to put my twine in, and I want it in the middle, so I want it at 2.5. Let me grab a pencil. So I'm going to mark 2.5 right about there. And this is, oh, why am I doing that? I want to see where I want to put this. About in here, up this far down. So I'm going to come down, make a little mark right there. Okay, and this piece is, well, it doesn't have to be centered on there. It doesn't make any difference, just as long as they're fairly lined up. So I am going to punch a hole real quick before I get too far ahead, because I can always see it. Let's hope this goes in far enough. Yep, it does. I just want a small hole for the eyelet. And let's get right on that. And then once I add the design paper, I can go ahead and punch again, because that way I've got a pilot hole and I can see where to put it. Where do my corner rounder? I want to round these corners, and I'm going to use the middle one. Sometimes those bits of little corners of paper get up in there and it'll make your punch not punch right. Gets in the way. Get rid of that garbage. Okay. Now what I have 2 little side pieces, and these are what's going to keep it from falling out, all your embellishments. So I'm going to burnish these, and I'll give you the measurements on them. When you cut your paper at 5, the piece that you cut off the edge, you see this is 5, and you'll have this piece out to the side that makes your 8.5. So I just cut it, this is the scrap that was left, and I just cut it at, what did I cut it at? I think 4 3/8. Yes, 4 3/8. And then I scored it at 1/2 and 1 1/8, so that I've got my 3/4 in here, or my 5/8 in here. So 1/2 and 1 1/8. Right? Yes. I'm glad I told you right. And here's the second one. And I want to round them as well. They'll be our little bumpers that'll keep the embellishments from falling out. So we'll round these as well. And I'll have to round the design paper when I get to it. I've got to get busy and get an order together for my next design team package, and I'm getting close on art glitter glue, so I'm gonna have to order that too. So these are gonna go in here like this, and then this will close over the top and nothing will fall out. Cool, huh? So let's put our side pieces together before we stick them in there. It's easier, I think, for me to glue them down when they're flat. That's not giving me a good corner. Feels a little raggedy. Maybe there's something caught in there. I've had it do that to me before, and it's irritating as all get out. There's that one. See, it is. It's a little goofed up there. And I don't know that I've got any more of this. Let me look and see. I may have to use it as is. I don't see any. What a bummer. Got a little tiny piece of it. See if I can, might be able to make a piece of, what do they call that when you glue two pieces together? Frankenpaper. Let me see if I could do that, make a piece of Frankenpaper. I hate for the corner to look all messed up like that. And I'll put a little glue. I wonder why it did that. There must have been a fragment of paper up under there. I'm going to put some glue on this little scrap and see if I can fix it where it doesn't look like it's all goofed up. I want it like this. So I've got a clean corner there. See, it gave me a clean corner there. Let me ink it a little bit. I'll try it again. That's better. You can see the edge of it a little bit. Let me trim off the edge. I didn't get it perfectly straight. There we go. Okay, and these are going to go on the inside of these flaps. Like this. So you can put these down. It'll make it easier to put in the album. Or folio or whatever it is. I'll put this in here. Like that. There's that one. I don't know if it makes any difference which way it is. And this one goes in here like that. Like this. I turned my air off because I think it makes too much noise and is distracting. But then it may get too hot in here and I may have to pause the camera for a minute and cool the room down because it gets kind of, there's that. So let's do, these go on the outside. Make sure I don't have any scraps in there. This will go, I don't see anything in there. Here's that one. And then this one. They want to hang up in there for some reason. They ink these little corners. Okay. I think the only thing I haven't cut out is a piece for the inside of that. But I'll have to see what I've got left once I'm to the very nub on this collection. I'm just trying to use up the last of what I got. But the paper is so beautiful, I don't want to waste any of it. It's gorgeous. There's that. And we'll do this one. Okay, now on the front, I want to put the outside papers on so that then I can use this hole as a guide. So what I have, this is for the back, this is for the front. And which way is up and down? I think this is up. So we will round these two corners. Put a little ink on those. And we'll glue that down. Now this paper is directional, I think. It seems to be to me, but I'm going to put a plaid on the top part and it's not directional, so that's no big deal. Right there. There's that. And then I have plaid for here. And we'll round two corners. And we'll add this. This one goes on the back, and it doesn't have to be rounded. These are so quick and easy to make. Don't have a lot of paper left. Okay, so now I need to punch these holes again. And see, now I can see where they're at. So I will just line that up. And we'll do this one. Kind of hard to see that one for some reason. Let me get this white gel pen out, that'll help. The back side of the opposite side of this paper is darker and it's hard to see through the black hole. So I use a little white gel pen in that slot, and then I can see where to put my hole. There we go. Now we can put our eyelets through so that they're buried under the paper. So I have two little pieces of artisan craft, and I'm going to glue those together. I've got ink all over my fingers. And I'm going to glue it on the underside of my circle that I want to use. And I've got to line up the hole. That way it gives room for your twine up underneath. I'll have to punch out two more for the small one I want to make. I've got stuff cut out for it. These little projects have been so much fun. Oh, there's another circle. Okay, now got two eyelets. I'm going to run those through there and into the bottom flap and separate the little legs. If I can get a hold of them. There they go. And I like to put a little piece of Scotch tape over them. It just makes me feel like they're more secure. Okay, now the other one. And then we can, am I staying in frame? Let me move it up a little bit more. I think maybe I might have got out of frame. Didn't mean to. I hear the baby crying. She said it was nap time. I think he's got different ideas. He didn't want to take a nap. These little prongs are hard to get a hold of sometimes. A little piece of tape. Doesn't take much, just enough to cover the sharp edge of the prongs. Now, these can go inside. And we're just going to glue this part here, and we don't have to taper because it's a little bit shy of the height. Just a little bit. So I'm going to put this right along the edge and just ballpark it from top to bottom. And you're just going to have about a 1/16 of an inch. between the top and the score line, and then the bottom and the score line. Make sure it's not hanging over the edge. There's that. And then we'll do this one. Okay. Make sure it's inside that edge. And we'll burnish that down. So there's our little bumpers that keep everything from falling out. Oh, I did cut a piece for the center. So we're going to have the check in here, like that, and like this, and like this. So let's, and I'll need to cut pieces for this because of its width. I just think it needs it. So we'll punch these. Uh-oh. I felt something in there. See, it did it again. I don't know why it's doing that. That is too weird. That straightened up that time. First time it didn't. Make sure I get all the little bits and pieces out of there. Okay. I'm going to glue these three in place, and then I will be right back, and we'll progress on with the other one too. Be right back. Okie dokie. Here's where I'm at. I haven't glued any of this to the outside. I was just kind of thinking. I think what I really want to do is put a little cluster of poinsettias down here and maybe a little sprig of holly. But this is the little folder. I just put some baker's twine on these little ties. And then of course they're collapsed because there's nothing in there to hold their shape. I'm going to take all of the cut aparts that I've got left so far, or at the moment. Doesn't mean these are going to stay there. I just want to make sure I keep everything together. And then we'll come back and embellish this. And I'll see how many poinsettias I've got made. I may have to make up some more. But I thought it turned out real cute. It was so easy and quick to make. Makes such a cute little gift. So I'm going to set that aside. Oh, these go there too. Forgot to put them in there. Okay, the second one I want to make is, this is an offcut from when I made the envelope. And it is 3 wide. I just don't want to waste anything. Should be 11 inches. No, I cut it down to 10. So 3 by 10, and it is scored at 2, 2.5. Well, actually 2 3/8. Then 6 and, well, no, it is a half. 2, 2.5, 6.5, and 7. So 3 by 10 scored at 2, 2.5, 6.5, and 7. And I want to put a magnet on this one because it's going to have a photo insert that's like an accordion. And what this is 2 pieces of artisan, and they are, I wrote it on here somewhere, here it is. They are 3 1/4 in height, and the first piece is 11 inches long, which is a full sheet, and the second piece is 4 inches long. So if you score at 2 3/4 and 3, and then go 2 3/4 and 3, just keep moving it up on your scoreboard. Scored it 2 3/4 and 3, then move it up scored at 2 3/4 and 3 again, and keep going till you run out of space. Then on this one, this is a scrap that I had already scored, but I rubbed the score lines out at the top where they won't show. So you'll score the 4-inch at 2 3/4 and 3, and then you'll attach it right here by this fold, by this score line. Does that make sense? I hope. I hope. And then this is going to glue into the base of the album, and then I'll put a photo mat on each page with a little embellishment. That might not be that's not the right one, it's not the right size, but it gives you an idea. So here's how I'm going to cover this. This goes on the back. I can go ahead and put that down, and I've inked everything in black soot, just lightly inked it. But I thought if we get them both built, then we could embellish them and fill them up at the same time, and we'll have 2 projects done. This will be number 6 and number 7 on my challenge to myself to see how much I can get out of these collections. So, oops. There is that. Maybe scoot it over just a little here, right there. And then this is the top, so this is up. And I have the one with the Santa Claus on it. You can barely see the Santa Claus, but I got part of him. Put a little art glitter glue on it. And put that in here. And then this has no direction, so it doesn't make any difference which way I put it. And it's going to go right here. Actually, I can take just a hair off of it. It's just a smidge too wide. Just a smidge. Take just a little bit off. Ink that up again. Get some glue on there. And put that on here. Then on the inside, I have to have my magnet on the inside. So here's what I want to do. I want to put this on the front and put my magnet down towards the bottom. So I'm going to put it down about here. And this magnet has been used before, so I have to put some glue on it. I don't know what I had it on, but obviously I changed my mind and didn't use it. You get a piece of score tape. I'll tape that down, make sure it stays where I want it. Okay, and that is going to go on a piece of black artisan like this. Well, come on now. There we go. I'm afraid I keep getting out of frame and I don't mean to. Just going to get some glue on here. Make sure you get some on your tape. Oh, and that's another thing on that that one there where I put the Scotch tape behind the little prongs on the brads, make sure you put some glue over that tape because it's real shiny. Okay, I want to cut this off. A little bit more off, just a hair. All the way to the edge. Okay. And then I want to glue this here. And I will put the I'll get this glued where I want it first. Make sure that's not going to hang down too far. That'd be fine. So I want it just below these berries. Just about like that. That looks center, I hope. Now, I want this to be on the inside. Now it's going to be difficult, oops, to figure out where to put it. Let me see. I think what I can do, I know what I'll do. I'll put it right on the edge of this, maybe. And I'll line this up. Oops, this is not squared. Like that. And I will put this in there. Okay, it's catching. And get my finger under here and hold it in place and pull that out. See if that's right. Looks like this is a little bit off. Yeah, it is. So, which way do I need to go? This way? A little bit. Oops. Over just a little bit, maybe. Yep, that took care of it. That fixed it. So it looks like we're good shape. Alrighty then, so let me put a piece of score tape over that. And then we can put the inside papers down. Make sure this isn't too wide. Yeah, I can take just a hair off of it, just like I did the first one. Just a pinch. Okay. And a little more ink. I want some glue on this tape so don't grab it too quick. Got to support that magnet. Okay, this is going to go in here. Just like that. Hold it down just for a second so it catches around that magnet, because they are a little bit on the thick side. And this is going to go up here. Actually, I want the polka dot so it matches. Okay. Move it over just a hair. Not that much. There. Okay, now before I add this in there, I want to put my photo mats on it. It'd be easier to do when it's flat. I think that'll be so cute. Be a cute way to send photos to your family and friends. Isn't that cute? Alright, that's it for right now. I'll be back. I've got to cut some photo mats for that and some little areas where we can tuck things in. And then I'll be right back. Okay, remember we put this together with the magnet, and the magnet is down under here. All I've done is add a piece of design paper here, because it was all black and it was kind of, you know. And then this is just a little piece of scrap, and I used the rest of the scrap to make a little pocket down here. And I put one of the embellishments in it, the little cut aparts. And I just put a notch in it with the mini envelope board. So on this accordion piece, I just put design papers on each page for photo mats. And I'm going to leave them just like that, and I used a glue stick to put one photo mat down, and this is repositionable glue. That way they can have an idea of how their photos fit in there. So I'm going to just glue that down, this to here, and that's how that'll go. And then that one will pretty much be done, unless I decide I want to embellish the outside of the front any farther, but at the moment I don't have any plans for that. But last night, after I got done working on these two yesterday, I was watching some YouTube, and I thought of something else I could do with scraps, which it's nothing earth-shattering, nothing new, probably something you've seen a blue million times before. But it's just a way to use up the scraps. So I'm going to press this into place. I'm going to burnish it down really good. Now you've got 1/4 of an inch between each one of these pages, so you've got plenty of space to put your photos. Then this will close up, and this will close down with the magnet. And you've got space for 9 little photos in there. It's nice and neat and compact. Now on this one I haven't embellished it any further. It's still like it was when we were last together. But I wanted to show you a third one that I came up with. Like I said, it's nothing earth-shattering. You've probably seen it a million times before. But I wanted to use up some more of these scraps. This one is almost gone. So I've just made another little wallet piece. And I've cut out the design papers, and I'm going to glue all these down. I just have clippies holding them in place so I don't forget what I'm doing, and this will go on the back. And then I'll show you what I'm going to put on the inside, just a little bit different than the others. Oops. So but you know what, I think I might want to put another magnet on this. Let me look in my cut apart, see what I've got left, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I went through my stash and I found one that I like. I have very little left. I put this one that says, the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. I thought that was really cute. You could put a date, the year, or who it's to, if it's a gift, whatever you might want to put there. I thought that was really cute, and then I taped a magnet to the back, and I'm going to add this to some black artisan as soon as I take this tape off. I'm telling you, this glue thing drives me crazy. It's good glue though, so I keep using it. Okay, more glue. Everywhere. That doesn't look straight. Let me turn it over to this side. Make sure I got a straight edge there. That looks good. Okay. Press that down good so it glues around the magnet. So we'll add these little pieces on. And this will be something else that you can fill if you want to share embellishments with a crafty friend, or if you want to share photos with somebody. Be really cute. So I'm going to use the green stripe here. Let me burnish this. Oh, why did I put that down? I do that invariably. I gotta put the magnet under there. Such a goof. We'll do this one next. Well, actually, I could have put the magnet there. Actually, since I've got glue on this, let's go ahead and put it down. I'll put the magnet on the inside. It'll be less obvious anyway. Still got enough sticky to it that it'll stay in place. Alright, now on the inside goes this stripe. And then on the front we'll have this red dot. Okay, and I had what have I got for the inside? Oh, that goes on the outside back. Couldn't remember till I saw it. Okay, put this back here. Oops, a little bit crooked. There we go. Here's that piece. You know what, that could actually have a little bit trimmed off of it. I'm going to pull it up. I want to trim it down just a little bit. So let's turn this over. I know. I'm just going every which way, ain't I? We can put these down. Let's hope this one's not too wide. It's not. It is good. There's that one. And then I got two little strips to go in here. One more. And we put our front piece on so we can place the magnet in the back. Oops. Not like that. Okay, now let's make sure this is squared. It is. Okay. Here's my little, oh, I can trim this off real quick. I'll be right back. Let me trim this black down. Okay, and I'm just going to glue about a third of the top portion. To get it straight. Got a little glue, that's okay. Okay, so now my magnet, I have to do it the same way I did the other one to get it to line up. Okay, and I'm just gonna make sure it's straight. Where is it? It's holding. See if it'll stay. No, it didn't. Ah. All right. Is that where it goes? No. I gotta turn it around, that's the problem. I got it backwards. Okay. That's the problem. You gotta do it right, Bobby. Okay, there's that one straight. I'm gonna go close this down, line it up. Why isn't it grabbing? There it is. Wait a minute. Nope, that's not straight. Don't like it. Now it's straight. Oh, keeps falling off. Let me put some glue on it. That'll give me a mark. It worked on the other one. It's being a pain this time. I should have just went ahead with it under the green stripe, right? Well, it caught anyway. Let's see if that's going to match up now. Yep, good. I like it. Okay, we're good on that. Now we can put the inside paper down. And I'll have to cut something for there. And, oh, that goes on the back. Here's what I want. This goes here. Okay. That back piece I wanted to trim down just a little bit. I like to get plenty of glue around the magnet, so I make sure it's going to stay where I want it to stay. Over a little bit, turkey lurkey. And I can trim a little bit off of that one too. Boy, I'm on a roll, huh? Oh, we'll cut this one down. That's what happens when you cut it ahead of time. Sometimes that happens. And just a little bit off the beam. So I ink this side here. And I'll trim that one. It was okay on the width, it's just a little bit tall on the height. So I'll take just a hair off of it. I'd rather have a little more of the black showing than it be too close to the edge. Okay. And a little black along here. Okay. That should be better. Yes, it is. It's much better. Much better. Now we can turn this over and put this on the back. Okie dokie. go. Okay, there's that. I think this needs on the corner. Doesn't look like I cut it straight. Maybe just a touch off the point there. That's better. Okay. Now, next up, let me put my pin in here. Alright, next thing we want to do is take this tracing paper, and let me give you the sizes and scoring. Don't need the ink anymore. Some of this junk out of my way. Alright, so I have made, there's going to be a 5 total, and I've already made 2 of them. So these are 6 1/4 by 7. And we're going to score them on the 7-inch side at 3 1/2, and then on the 6 1/4 inch side we're going to score at 1/2, and then we're going to rotate it and score it 1/2 again. So we're going to fold it in the middle where you have that score line. Make sure it's lined up good. And then we need to fold our 1/2 inches. Oops, that's not quite straight. It's hard to see your score lines on this tracing paper. It wants to go crooked on me. Let's see if it matches the others. That looks like it went crooked as well. It did. This tracing paper's kind of flimsy. You know how it is, because it's so thin. So we're going to fold this up. This is going to make our little pocket. And my folds aren't the same. See, that one went under too much. So I got to straighten it out. It's hard to keep these little tracing papers straight because they're so flimsy. So let's make sure it's still off. Yeah, that one's. This one's not enough, it's too wide. They need to match. There, that's better. Okay, and what I had already done was, after I scored it at 1/2 and 1/2, I put a notch in here, and then I cut out this end and just fold it in the other half so it makes a pocket. Now I'm going to use some score tape for this. I don't think I cut this one out. I didn't, so we'll do this one together. Scissors. So we're going to put a notch here. And try to stay on your line. It's hard to see. And cut this tab off. Okay, the same thing on the other side. Let's hope that works. It's just really difficult to see on this tracing paper, and it's so lightweight and flimsy. So I'm going to try to get it right on the score line this time. See if I can't do better. I hope. But it doesn't look straight. Stuff keeps getting caught on my sleeve. I'll line it up here. This needs to go out just a tad. There we go. There's that one. And let's fold the other side in. See if I got it straight. What you need? And think on the table. Alright, and line it up with this black line. That should be okay. Thank you. Okay, honey. So let's see what we got here. See if all 5 of these match up. They look pretty good, don't they? So let's take this glue stick now. I've not used this before. I see a lot of people on the internet use it, so I'm going to give it a try in hopes that it won't show up like liquid glue would. I'm just going to put it on the tab there and close this up. This one still needs to fold in a little bit. On this. I've not used this before, so we shall see. Okay. Keep getting this little strip there. Here's the third one. Trying to stay just on the tab and not get it on the folder itself, so I don't glue it shut. There's 4. And the last one. I hope this glue stick works. Okay, now I'm going to put, going down, oops, don't go that direction, go this way. Put about 3 strips of glue right down the center, and I'm going to stack them up. Ew, that's kind of messy, isn't it? Like I said, I haven't used this before, so there's 3. The 4th one. If it don't work, it don't work. They don't stay together, I'll think of some way to fix it. How's that sound? Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, and there's the last one. Oops. Now what I want to do with this, and I'm sure you've seen this done a million times, although I haven't done it. Put the glue down the center of this, and we're going to center these in here, just above that fold line. Maybe move it over just a hair, and then, oh, I need more glue stick out. And close this little goodie down. I didn't need to go all the way to the top, did I? Let's see if it works. Oh, the glue stick didn't hold on the side. Maybe I didn't get enough on this one. Oops. I might wish I'd have used. Got to get some more glue stick in here on this tab. There we go. Okay. Let's see what it looks like now. There we go. We've got an accordion folder. I'm going to let it sit up for a little bit before I do any more. I wish I hadn't put that glue all the way to the top, though. But that will make a little accordion file. Darn it, I don't like where that magnet's at. Poop. I don't have my magnet placement right. It should be down farther, like that. I might put another magnet on it and cover it with some kind of an embellishment, because I don't like that being up in the air like that. See, it's pulling it up. That's my fault, but it was a good idea. So there you go. It'll be cute, full of embellishments, won't it? Alright, well there you go. That's it. I'm done for this go around. Well, not exactly. I haven't filled this up with embellishments yet, so I still need to do that. So let me go get drag out some more stuff, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. We're going to continue on with this one. I know you will not be surprised to hear that I was very unhappy with the inside of this before. I did not like the one that I had made up with the tracing paper, and I did not like the glue stick. It just really irritated me. So what I have decided to do is to make my pockets out of lightweight cardstock. And I have made 3 so far, and I've got 2 more ready to go. And we're going to put them together the same way. But what I cut out was 2 pieces of white that are 5 1/4 by 6 1/2, and then I scored them at 3 1/4 and folded them in half. And then you can get both of these from one 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of cardstock. And then from the pieces I cut off of the side, I cut little 2-inch pieces just short of 3 1/4. And I am going to just taper the top and the bottom, excuse me, from the scored edge, like that, so that I won't have any overhang when I glue them in there. That way it'll give us an accordion pocket. So my little pieces are 2 inches wide, just shy of 3 1/4. Let me see what they are exactly. Right between the 3 1/8 and 3 1/4. I just shaved a tiny bit off of them, and I scored them at every 1/2 inch. So on the 2-inch side, you're going to score it a 1/2, 1, and 1 1/2, and then accordion fold it. And then you'll taper your ends down like this. Oops, I didn't go from the fold. Well, that's about crooked. Just like that. And then we'll glue them in the sides, and that'll give us plenty of room. And it'll take 2 of these for each of your pockets. There's that one. One more. Now be sure you cut from the folded edge. Like that. Okay. Get all this garbage out of the way. 2 up here. And all I'm going to do is add glue, and you want the folded edge to be on the outside edge. So I'm going to put some glue on both sides and turn it over. Put some more glitter glue on there. And I'm just going to sandwich it in this opening. Just so it's barely tucked inside the edge. And just burnish it down real good. Now, it looks like it's sticking out just a hair. Don't want it sticking out. There's that one. And then we'll glue this one in. Oops. Get kind of carried away with my glue here. I'm just going to stick this one in here. And that'll give us 4 little pockets to fill up. Now I would have liked to made these with the design paper, but I didn't have enough left. I've made so many projects with this design collection that I just hardly have itty bitty pieces left. But it was such a pretty color combination. Okay, so let's put this down in here. Just inside the edge. One more to go. I've been inking things like crazy today, and I have black fingernails. I tried to clean it off with a baby wipe. Most of it came off, but it's still stained, so But that's, oops, wrong side. That is a problem. But I always seem to have ink on me. I can't be a tidy crafter. I gotta be as messy as I can be. So there's that one. So now we've got our 5 pockets. And I made little tabs for them. I haven't inked those yet, so I will do that real quickly. These are just 1-inch wide scraps, and they're 1.5 inches long, and then I scored them in half at 3/4 and rounded the edges. So I have little tabs. I mean, they're not going to pull out, but it just kind of looks cute. So there's one. Won't take but a minute to do these. And all the ink I cleaned off of my fingernails, I'm going to get right back on it, I'll bet you. That's okay. I'll clean them again. I just like the ink on the edges. I think it just adds so much to it. And this is the black soot. I've been using it all along on this collection because I use the black artisan cardstocks, and I just think it helps a lot. Get this little fold. Okay, there's all 5 of them. So we can get rid of this little turkey right now. Now, I need my score tape. I'm going to see if I still got some of the wide stuff I did have. I don't see it. Maybe I don't have it anymore. Look one other place real quick. I might have some. Nope. I guess I used it all. I did have some 2-inch wide score tape. Looking one more place. Got lots of score tape and nothing wider, so I'll just use the 1/2 inch. And I'll just run maybe 3 strips down the center. Let me straighten this up. Put a piece down the middle, and don't go all the way to the top or the bottom because you want it to be able to expand. I probably could get by with 2 strips, but I'll leave 3 just to be sure. Make sure I'm in the center. Okay, sorry about that. Camera shut off. I had to do a battery change. So we've got tape on the front of each of them, and then we have to have tape on the back of this one to connect. So we'll put 3 strips on it. And then, well, where'd the edge go? There it is. Then we're going to connect them all together and put them inside the little folder, and then we can start filling it up with little pretty things. So there's that. Okay, get this score tape off from scissors. Alrighty. I am going to burnish each of these down. And it doesn't make any difference which direction it goes. Take the backing off. Okay. Now I'm just going to stand them up together. Oh, let me burnish this one before I stick it on there so I've got a good solid foundation. And I'm going to stack them up together and just press them down. Whoop! I didn't stack up together too good. Darn it! Well, when all else fails, undo. It'll take it off. But it'll also get it wet and I'll have to let it dry out. That was not smart. I got in too big of a hurry, didn't I? There it comes. It's coming apart. Okay, I'm going to lay these aside and let them dry. And we get a Kleenex or something. Wipe that ooze up. Don't like a wet countertop. I'm going to get a drink of coffee here real quick. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay. We can attach these three together. Hopefully I'll do it right this time. There's those three. Okay. We'll try this again and hope I have better luck. And actually it would help if I put a little glitter glue over the tape. Gives you a little extra time. Which I like the art glitter glue better than the tape anyway. Alright. Now. Much better. Come on off of there. I don't need this anymore. Almost picked it up by mistake. Put some art glitter glue on there. Stand these up side to side. There we go. Oh, that's much better. It helps when you're paying attention and not blabbering away so much. That's the problem with doing videos. Talk too much and don't pay attention. See if I can get this one on. I think I can. There we go. Now we got 4 of them together. And then the last one, it's got the tape on the front and the back, and it looks okay now. I got this bottom corner a little out of whack there. Not much though, so it'll be okay. There we go. All 5 of them in place. Okay, now we can put them in the book. And it will close up like that. Isn't that cute? I really like this. So I want it to be just up from the bottom just a hair, not a lot, and in from the inside just about 1/8 of an inch. So let me remove these from the back. Oh, come on, it's being ornery. And I'm leaving inky fingerprints on the tape. Okay, so some art glitter glue on here. So just up from the bottom and a hair in from the side. About like so. And press that into place. Now we can remove these. Oh, I want to put my tabs on first. Almost forgot my tabs. Okay. I've got two that are in green, two that have a white background, and one that's red. So these are, should have put them on before I put it in the book. These are 5 1/4, so about 2 3/4 is center, right about where that is center. So I'm going to put the red one in the center. And it's going to be 1, 3, 4, 5. So it needs to go right about well, open up. It's trying to close on me because I got glue in it. There. And put it right in the center. Right about there. Okay, and then I can put, see how they're going to lay. They might have to overlap just a little. No, not really. Okay, so let's do this one. I'll have to gauge it by the one next to it. And like that. And then the green one. It might have been harder to do it before I put it in the book because they'd be moving around and not stable, or maybe once I glued them all together then I could have. Okay, now this is open, so I'm going to try to just do it on one thickness, where the others are on a double thickness, and I want it to stick out as much as the other one. Hold up just a hair. There we go. Now this other white one. Needs to go here. And the last one. And just a hair. There. That's cute. Now this is going to go up and over, and it will stick out just a little bit, the white edge, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. So we're going to take these off, and you know what, I want to make sure that score tape will show just a little bit, so I think I can rub it back with my fingers just a little bit. Yeah. Actually, I'll use this tool to roll it back on itself just a little bit. Just a hair, because I sure don't want it sticking out. Okay, there we go. That should do the trick. Now a little art glitter glue. Make sure you get your bottom squared up before you set it down. And then press it into place. Now what you have is an expandable folder. Isn't that cute? And we can fill it full of all kinds of pretty things. I need to find a piece of scrap to go there though. And I don't know. That red will look pretty there, and that's big enough. So let me cut a piece for that. Oh, mercy. Get a pencil so I can mark it. Cut this edge off. Let me mark here and mark here. I'm going to cut it just shy of my marks. And there's my other one. Hopefully that's, and it's too long. I looked at the wrong mark, didn't I? Let's just, oh, I marked it here, not here, dummy. I marked it with the edge of the album, not the tab. What a goof. Oh well, it ain't no big deal. Maybe just a hair shorter than that. Okay, now let's ink it. And hopefully it'll fit. And it does. Thank goodness for that. How many times have you cut something and it didn't fit? I sure have. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. now we can fill it up. So we have this one, and we have this one that we did, and then we have this one that we did. And I did, oh, see if any of these pearls fall off. I did put a piece of dimensional tape behind this just to elevate it a little bit, and I added two of the tickets and a poinsettia. Golly, I can't think. A poinsettia from the die set that I have from Heartfelt Creations, the small poinsettia, and I believe Tammy still has that in her shop. So what I want to do now is make things to put inside these, and I've got quite a few cut-aparts. Uh-oh, I hear the baby waking up. We're not going to have peace and quiet for very long. My granddaughter's baby was taking a nap, and I thought, boy, now's a good time to record. And I hear him back there now. So if they're taking a nap too, and they don't get up right away, he'll wail pretty good. He will definitely get their attention. So in these little pockets, we can put some of the cut-aparts that came with the collection. Put a couple up here in the front, and they fit down in there good. And then in this one, I think I did show you in a haul that I did these little rounds that I got locally that say Merry Christmas. I thought they were so cute, and it already had a hole drilled in it, so I just tied a little bow in it, and I'm going to put that in here. Let me untie it, and then I'll show you the other things I've been making. I've got all the cut-aparts that was left from this collection in here. I'm going to put that little round in there. And then I've been making some bows and some flowers. And here's some of the flowers I made. They're so cute. They're really easy to make. They remind me of Mary Englebright, of her collection. So I can put some of these in here. I can put some photo mats in there. All kinds of things. I may make some more photo mats, but I'm going to lay this aside. I want to show you how I was making these things. I don't want to leave you in the dark. And there's no rocket science to it. It's very easy. All I did for the flowers, let me get rid of my trash here. I got a bunch of it from that score tape. All I did for the flowers was cut 3 circles, a ½ inch, an inch, and an 1.5 inches. And then I punched out little black circles from some of my scraps of artisan, and I just glue 3 together. Come on. That. Where's my small? There's my small circle, and I did ink each of the circles with black soot. So that, and then put glue on the back of it, and center it on your inch circle. Then glue 3 more together. Oh, is there not 3? I thought I had 3. Did I lose one under here somewhere? Let me grab one more. Oh, here's one more. I think it's navy blue, but it's not going to show anyway. It's dark enough. And that will go on the back side of the inch circle in the center, or thereabouts. And then we'll add glue to that and center it over the 1.5 inch. if you don't know who Mary Englebright is, you need to look up her books. She is a really good artist. She's got a lot of books out on the market. She's very talented. Okay, so there's that, and then I had cut out some leaves and just put a little glue on the back of it. Oops. I guess I didn't have enough glue. That's where my other circle went. It was stuck to that, so they actually have 4 on the top of this. That's no big deal. So put your leaf there. And then the second one. And then pick out what you want for the center. It can be a bow. It can be a button. All kinds of things. They're just so pretty. So that's the flower. And then on the bows, I just used a punch that I have. Where is it? Over here. I just used this punch. And you have to do it twice for each bow because you need 2 of this piece and 2 of this piece. So what I do, I know a lot of people curve them with their scoring tool. I told you I can't think today. I just rolled it around my finger like that and put a little glue in here and just press those 2 together. Hold it for just a second. You hear him now? He's getting loud. He's not getting their attention quick enough to suit himself. He is going to be a year old next month. There's that. Now you hook these 2 little pieces together. Just takes a dot of glue, not much at all. And I inked each of these pieces with black soot. Just hook them together in the middle. And then these little wings just go on the back. Just make the tails of your bow. He's getting mad now. I'll have to stop my video pretty soon because he'll get so loud you won't be able to hear me. Until they get up and feed him, he's probably hungry. He's an eater, I'll tell you. He's always hungry. But that's good. He's growing. And there's that one. Attach that to the back. And then you've got this little tab piece. And just put a little dot on the front. Just to hold it in place while I wrap it around. And just fold it over the back side. It's not really long enough to suit me. Let me fold it a little bit different here. There we go. Put a little glue back here. Hold it just a second. This art glitter glue catches pretty quick. So there's your little bow. And then what I did was, I took that, this other punch, and it's got 2 sizes of holly leaves, and I used the smaller one, and I just cut out a bunch of them with scraps, and you don't need the whole thing. You can cut off one end of each one. put some glue in here. And kind of angle it downward. A little bit more here. Cut out some little berries using that same punch. Another dot of glue. And put that on there. Oops. A little tab came up. There we go. Now I thought it'd be cute to take some of the enamel dots and put them on the berries. So let me grab my thing with the enamel dots in it and see how many tiny red ones I got left. I should have some, if not a lot. I need some little bitty ones. Oh, that phone, I'm not answering it. And I'm going to put just 3 little dots of glue there. Every time I stop what I'm doing and go see who's on the phone, it's a stupid stuff. Nobody I even know. So let's see if I can pick this up. Put one in there. Oops, it stuck to me. These are some old enamel dots. There's that one. I just thought it would give it more dimension and look kind of cool. Oh, come on, turkey. Turkey lurkey. Let me put that one down there. There, I think that does look cute, doesn't it? So that's the bows. I've got a few more of them cut out I'm going to put together. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and this crafting together. I've really had a good time. I love making all of these little projects. Oh, and this tag was out of this collection here too, and I put it in there. So it's been a lot of fun. I thank you for joining me, and I will see you for too long with another one. This is number 6, 7, and 8. So we're getting there. I'm completely out of this 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by G45. I've still got a little bit of the Simple Storage, Simple Vintage Lodge, and a little bit. Okay, I have no idea why this camera keeps shutting off. It's just going crazy. What I have done is made a couple just plain photo mats to add in here. And I'm going to put those up under here. And then we've got all this ephemera. We've got the flowers. We've got a couple of bows. And here's another flower. And there's still room in there. Plenty of room for more. So this one just turned out so cute. So cute. And I'm just going to wind it back up. And I've got enough string on there I could actually add a charm to it. And then this one has got plenty of room in it to add all kinds of things. So I hope you've enjoyed this process. I've had a really good time. So I hope to see you back again when I do number, let me see, this is 6, 7, and 8. So number 9 is next. Alright, there's all 3 projects we have created. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.